of Londonderry is a landmark in the history of Ireland and Britain. Its legacy endures over 300 years later. For 105 days, between April and August 1689, the city of Londonderry held out against the forces of King James II of England. James was crowned in 1685. The first Catholic monarch in over 100 years, he sought to benefit his Catholic subjects. When it seemed he would be replaced by his Protestant son-in-law William, James looked to overwhelmingly Catholic Ireland as the key to securing his kingdom. However, in the parts of Ireland inhabited by mainly Protestant English and Scottish settlers that arrived following the Ulster Plantation, people resisted James, fearing persecution under his rule. The walled city of Londonderry was the heart of the Ulster Plantation and a focus for James's Irish ambitions. In late 1688, James's deputy in Ireland, Richard Talbot, ordered the city's Protestant garrison to Dublin to be replaced by the Catholic Red Shank Regiment. In Londonderry, the news was met with dismay. Adding to the city's alarm was a letter found in Comber, County Down, warning of a plot to murder Protestants. Though possibly a hoax, the Comber letter echoed the violence of Ireland's 1641 rebellion, creating very real fear. Word of the letter reached Londonderry on the 6th of December 1688. The first Red Shanks arrived at the city's gates on the 7th, presenting the citizens with a dilemma. Should they admit the king's troops, feared by many to be agents of the rumoured massacre, or should they refuse them entry and risk being charged with rebellion? As Londonderry's elders debated, a group of 13 young apprentices, led by Henry Campsie, took action and shut the city's gates. After some negotiation, Londonderry secured a new Protestant garrison headed by Lieutenant Colonel Robert Lundy. Though no massacre materialised, the garrison set to work improving defences and stockpiling supplies. Over the following weeks, Protestants from across Ulster flooded into Londonderry, and the population soared from 2,000 to 30,000. On the 20th of December 1688, following James's flight from London, Londonderry's officials swore loyalty to William and his wife Mary. Causing great suspicion, Governor Lundy took the oath privately. On the 15th of April, a combined Irish and French Jacobite army clashed with Londonderry's defenders near Strabane, driving them back towards the city. Meanwhile, 2 English relief regiments arrived in Lough. Believing surrender imminent, Lundy turned them away. This confirmed the suspicions of those who doubted his loyalty and lost him the city's confidence. On the 18th of April, King James himself arrived outside the city and was fired upon to cries of no surrender. James was prepared to wait for a peaceful submission, but Londonderry held fast. The siege had begun in earnest. That night, Reverend George Walker and Colonel Henry Baker were made joint governors, and Lundy fled the city in disguise. The Jacobites slacked the firepower to breach Londonderry's defences, so focused instead on wearing the city down. The besiegers fired cannonballs over the wall, killing indiscriminately and causing great panic. In May, they built a boom across the River Foyle to prevent relief from reaching Londonderry by water. Led by Adam Murray, the defenders frequently ventured out of the city to consolidate their defences. Fierce battles were fought at Pennyburn Mill, Windmill Hill, and directly outside the walls at Butchergate. Elsewhere in Ulster, the Enniskillen garrison, the only other garrison to hold out against James, won significant victories against the Jacobites. Within Londonderry, severe overcrowding created appalling conditions. Food was so scarce that people paid dearly for dead mice, rats and dogs. Most of the city's 8,000 deaths were from starvation and disease, which flourished in the absence of clean water. One of the casualties was Governor Baker, who was replaced by Colonel John Mitchelburn. In mid-June 1689, a relief fleet under Major General Percy Kirk arrived in Lough, mistakenly believing that Londonderry was in no great distress. Kirk waited downstream from the boom. On 28th of July, as the city neared breaking point, Colonel Mitchelburn hoisted a crimson flag, a cloth drenched in the blood of the slain, from St. Colum's Cathedral. To the Jacobite besiegers, the flag signalled the city's defiance. To the Williamite relief fleet, its desperation. Finally, that evening, the relief ship, the Mountjoy, attacked the boom, its captain, Micaiah Browning, dying of the injuries sustained in the attack. The fleet sailed up the foil, and on the 1st of August 1689, the siege was lifted. The courage of Londonderry's citizens had secured the city for King William and delivered civil and religious liberty for all. This marked the beginning of the end for King James. James' ambitions were finally laid to rest following his defeats at the Battle of the Boyne in 1690 and at the Battle of Aughrim in 1691.